Chapter 2742 begins with Shiloh collapsing into her brother Marco's arms, crying bitterly. She questions why she is being treated so harshly, insisting that she is a victim and that someone has plotted against her. Marco, distressed by his sister's plight, comforts her and advises her to leave to avoid further harm from their vengeful sisters in law, who harbor deep resentment towards her. Despite Marco's urging, Shiloh refuses to leave. She is determined to wait for their mother to return so she can explain her side of the story. She believes that she was framed and insists that someone set her up during the previous night's banquet, which resulted in several deaths. Shiloh is convinced that the real culprit is someone with a more malicious intent. He is aware that the incident was orchestrated but remains silent about his involvement. He recalls how he ended up giving Holden the drugged wine. The wine had been left unfinished in Marco's room, and Holden, who was in a foul mood, had asked for a drink. Marco, worried that Holden would get drunk, offered him the same wine he had started. Unbeknownst to Holden, the wine was spiked. The drugging of the wine had originally been Erica's doing. She had added the drug to rekindle the romance between herself and Marco. Marco remembers how Erica, dressed in provocative pajamas, had poured half of his unfinished glass into an empty glass, claiming she wanted to drink with him. Despite his initial disgust, he drank with Erica, leading to a passionate night. He realizes that Erica's intention was not to harm Holden and Shiloh, but to enhance their marital relations. However, inadvertently, the spiked wine given to Holden resulted in the tragic events of the previous night. He is unable to disclose this information, fearing the consequences and his unavoidable involvement. He continues to comfort Shiloh, acknowledging that their mother will eventually understand the situation. However, he emphasizes the need for Shiloh to leave immediately to avoid further beatings. He expresses his helplessness, noting that his position within the family renders his words ineffective. Despite his concern, Marco feels powerless to change the family's dynamics. Shiloh understands the precariousness of her situation but is reluctant to leave, fearing that she might never get another chance to see matriarch Farrell. She worries that the family will prevent her from meeting their mother again. He reassures her, promising to explain everything to their mother when she returns. He coaxes Shiloh to leave for her own safety, stressing that staying would only invite more violence. Eventually, Shiloh agrees to leave, albeit reluctantly. Her face, marred with scratches and blood, reflects her anguish and the physical toll of the beatings. The chapter ends with Shiloh's tear streaked, swollen face, symbolizing her despair and the cruelty she has endured.